More in our top story now, and reports of an earthquake near a known North Korean nuclear testing site thought to be a sign that Pyongyang has carried out another nuclear test. Well, our China correspondent Katie Stallard is live in Beijing. Katie, what's the latest?
Yeah, so this was what's being described as a seismic event, a magnitude 5.3 on the Richter scale. Now, why they think that this is indicative of a nuclear test is partly to do with the location that it has happened at what is known to be a nuclear testing site in North Korea. Also, the nature of the way that that seismic event has been picked up. There was no depth to it. Now, normally when you have a natural earthquake, you will also hear details, for instance, and the epicenter was 10 kilometres underground, was 20, was 30 kilometres underground. In this case, there is no indication of activity underground. It seems to have happened on the surface. So that is, why they think this was not a naturally occurring seismic event, why they think this was an artificial earthquake, which would then correlate with a North Korean nuclear test, added to which there had been seen to be activity around that testing site back in July. So that is why this is what they think has happened. We will, I'm sure, hear from the North Korean side if indeed this has been a successful test. Then the nature of this, how this tends to go, is that there will then be some sort of triumphant announcement from Pyongyang. Generally, that would come from the most senior newsreader. She will normally make a special announcement, and this, if it has happened, will be treated within that country as a huge success. What people there are told is that they face this great existential threat from the South Korea, from the United States, that only this weapons program and this pursuit of nuclear weapons can keep them safe. And so therefore, if they have made this technological advance, then that would be a cause for a great celebration in that country. This is also a significant date there. This is Foundation Day. The 9th of September is the anniversary of the founding of what they call the DPRK, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. So this would in any case be a day where there will be big street celebrations, where there will be significant political speeches. So that again would make this a likely day to do something like this, to give Kim Jong-un something significant to show for his leadership, and as I say, to show all of his citizens that as far as they are concerned and as far as they will hear, that he is this great strong leader who is protecting their country from the outside world.
Katie, if it is a test, what can be done to stop them?
I mean, we are already hearing the condemnation. So we've heard in the last few minutes South Korean President Park Geun-hye saying this is maniacal recklessness from Kim Jong-un, that it's a clear violation of UN Security Council resolutions, a direct challenge to the international community. Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, that this cannot be tolerated, that they will protest strongly to Pyongyang. But the reality is, I think we will hear yet again another day of very strongly worded international condemnation. But the question is, what action then follows? There are already significant sanctions in place. Clearly they are not changing the calculus in Pyongyang. These tests and this weapons program would seem to be accelerating. There was the fourth test back in January. It was 3 years prior to that they had the third nuclear test. So this is now, 2 tests in 1 year. We are talking, week after week at times about, new missile tests, new types of weapons delivery systems. Progress within that country is advancing, and the current measures the international community is taking to stop them just demonstrably do not seem to be working. And I think it's also worth saying there are different agendas here. So, China, where we're reporting from, no, they don't want a nuclear-armed North Korea, but neither do they want that state to collapse. They fear that that would cause a refugee crisis, that it would also then potentially lead to a unified Korean peninsula under the control of the South Korean government and allied to the United States, which China doesn't want. So it will want to, take enough action to perhaps dissuade Kim Jong-un from this current course, but not so much that they push that regime over the edge. So there are real disagreements among the international community about what action should follow, about how they should deal with, once again, another banned test from North Korea.
Katie Stallard live in Beijing. Thank you very much.